perseverance. Notice James doesn't say if we face struggles, he says when you face struggles. In other words, no one's immune from heartache. We're all going to face pain at some point. But the deal is, God doesn't say, pretend to be happy. Put on a smiley face. Or pretend like it doesn't hurt. No, not at all. It invites us to view our pain through a different lens, through the eye of God Himself. And consider it pure joy because of what the chains produce in us. James writes, perseverance must finish its work so that you may be mature and complete, not lacking anything. Whatever you're going through, your pain isn't pointless. In Christ, it has deep purpose. We learn to persevere and trust in Christ alone as never before. And you know what? We grow. We grow deeper. I've heard it said, Christians are like nails. The harder you hit them, the deeper they go. I don't know what life has hit you with recently, but let it drive you deep into Christ. Don't waste your chains. Rejoice, Paul says, not in the pain of your struggle, but in the death that it brings. Remember, happiness depends on happenings, but joy depends on Christ alone.
I will continue to rejoice, for I know that through your prayers and the help given by the Spirit of Jesus Christ, what has happened to me will turn out for my deliverance. For to me, to live is Christ, and to die is gain.
It was back in the early 90s, actually, that a very good friend of mine and a pastoral colleague, whose name was Terry Polly, began to struggle with hepatitis C, which is, if you know anything about it, can absolutely, it can kill you. It's a horrible disease. He got it because when he was a little baby, he was in an accident and he required a large transfusion of blood. Back in the day when they didn't do some of the screenings that they do now, and it lay dormant in his body for a number of years and then suddenly awoke and began to ravage his body. He went to see many doctors and they basically all told him the same thing. He said, there's a treatment, it's called interferon, and this gives you your best chance of beating this disease and knocking it back and living a long and healthy life. They warned Terry. They said this interferon, it comes with a whole host of really negative side effects. Well, Terry thought, okay, bad side effects, dying, I'll take bad side effects. And so he began the treatment. And he discovered exactly what the doctor said, a whole host of incredibly negative side effects, splitting migraine type of headaches, pain in the joints like arthritis, a constant nausea, a ringing in the ears, a lethargy. It began to affect him emotionally. He began to be very depressed and think suicidal thoughts. He wondered all about all of these, so he did his own research. He talked to doctors, and they said, yeah, this is what happens. In fact, at that particular time, they said anywhere between a third or half of the people who are on interferon because they're battling hepatitis C stop the treatment even though it's their only hope. Because the side effects of the treatment are so bad. But Terry decided that no matter how bad it was, he was going to keep taking this because he wanted to live. He wanted to be whole. He wanted to be healthy. He wanted to see his kids grow and have a great life. He wanted to do something for God with his own life and fulfill his calling. And so he endured when many other people would quit, even though it was their only hope. And I remember as I talked with Terry about these things that something occurred to me. It occurred to me that Terry's life was like a metaphor for me and for us all when it came to suffering. Because we all get hit with things, and the side effects are devastating. Right? Tim kind of clicked off through a bunch of them. We become stricken with some horrible disease or injury, or we watch someone that we love undergo that kind of process, or we get the rug taken out of us economically and we lose our job, or whatever. We have relationships that struggle or fall apart. Somebody we love is like going off the deep end, and man, it's so hard and it hurts so much. And we know somehow, we know in the core of our being, God is our only hope. God is the only way through. God is the only way out. God is the only strength we have, and yet it can be so easy to just let go of God in times like that. Because we wonder, God, why would you put me through this? Why would you put that person I love through this? Why are you letting this happen? God? You know? You ever thought those words? You ever said those words? Maybe even now you're going through something that's doing that exact thing. Because I know there are many people in our family here that are suffering. And we kind of go, God, like, where are you? Right? Why did you abandon me, God? Because if you were still here, this would not be happening. And somewhere there's this really still, small voice that says, why? I'm right here. I'm in your unemployment. I am in your financial hardship. I am in your cancer. I am in your relationship that seems to be unraveling. I am in the life of the person that seems to be going off the edge. I am in it. I'm not out there somewhere. I'm right here in the middle of it. And I am at work. Trust me. Don't bail. Trust me. Look for me. Hang on to me. Cling to me. Seek me with all of your being when life makes no sense and it really hurts, because I am right there in it all. I haven't gone anywhere.